Okay, this is video number 8 of the Bible history, part 8 of Bible history. So, where I left off on part 7, we're talking about the Romans and the Punic Wars, which were the wars against Carthage. Out of that, you got Hannibal on the Carthaginian side. And all these the Carthaginians, as I touched on in the earlier video, they were Israelites. You got initially the Spartans wouldn't come under the Roman rule, but then at some point they got overthrown and they submitted to the Romans. You got the Gauls over in the France area. They were conquered by Julius Caesar. That's somewhat how he made his reputation. And then you got the Celts, and again, all these people, Israelites. Celts, they fought the Romans over, in Britain, and the Picts also over there, which. Based on my research, I think those were Japhet Japhet tribes over there, and then then you have the people who the Israelites that resided in the Italies and Spains and those areas. They were of course under Roman rule. So even when you're reading the Maccabees early on, you could see where the Spartans, which the Spartans were separate from the rest of the Greeks. The Spartans and the Romans initially were alliances with Israel, but at some point they split off as the the Greek factions, if you will, of the Romans took power, took absolute power. So with that, in that period, you got your Cleopatra's down in Egypt, who she was in of that Edomite group, and I mentioned earlier the Herods. Were Edomites, the ones that beheaded John and tried to kill Jesus, real name Yahushai, as an infant, and they were of the Edomite faction. So it all was somewhat working together. So that that history brings us right at the point of crucifixion with Christ and the last part of the last part of the New Testament ends in first century AD,